And a good evening, everybody. Welcome to Smith Station, where we got a good one for you tonight. It is the Backyard Brawl Basketball Edition. The Smith Station Lady Panthers and the visiting Central Lady Red Devils. These two schools are separated by 7 miles of Opelika Road. And you're catching it here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. That was a traveling violation by Jabria Lindsay. She is the leading scorer for the Central Lady Red Devils, averaging 25 points a game on the season. The junior comes in as one of the most prolific scorers in Central Red Devils basketball history. It's Richard Holdridge, Thrift Behringer here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We got a timeout on the floor as Central leads Smith Station 7-5 with 4:03 left to go here in the first. We'll be back after this. We're back here at Smith Station. Leading scorer is Chantel Barnes. Smith Station 12-7 on the season, and they are currently in third place in the area. This is the final regular season game in the area. Area tournament play will begin next week at Auburn. And there is Crowell, the leading scorer. There's a three-point shot that's off the mark by Shamaya Oliver. And here comes Jabria Lindsay. Pass over to Garrett Griggs. Griggs for three, and that is off the back of the iron. And that's going to be rebounded by Mebouche. No good. That's going to be a Smith Station possession over in the corner. Kicks it out. There's Barnes. Barnes gets the rebound. Good second chance effort by Smith. There's a three-point shot that's no good, and Jabria Lindsay comes up with a rebound. Gives it over to Mebouche. That's going to be out of play. Lady Red Devil basketball. The Central Lady Red Devils are led by their head coach, Regetta Williams. And Smith Station led by their head coach, Terry Welch. Griggs over to Lindsay. Lindsay fires a three. That is no good. And that shot is no good by Mebouche, and she does not get it. Alexa Smith trying to go after that rebound. They're just fighting for it, and that's Marlissa Smith, who just came in. Are we going to get a jump ball? Yes, we are. 7-5 here with 2:36 left to go here in the first quarter. As we already got a packed gymnasium here at Smith Station. And we expect more fans to trickle in. This was a game that was rescheduled because of the inclement weather. This will be the final game of the regular season. Garrett Griggs swings it over to Lindsay. Lindsley over to Fuller, over to Griggs. In the paint, Danisha Todd. And Smith Station comes up with a turnover. We got an offensive foul. Is that, looks like Griggs ended up taking a, yep, that is going to be a foul on Central. And if you recognize that name, Garrett Griggs, that was one of the most prolific flag football players in Central history. They were #1 in the nation and did a fantastic job at quarterback. And she is second on the team in scoring behind Jabria Lindsay. And Danica Todd is third on the team. That is no good. Mayasia Bennett, the 5'9" senior, at the line, trying to tie the game. Bennett. And misses them both, but the rebound goes to Oliver, puts it up, and that shot is up and in by Chantel Barnes. She's got 6 points for the Lady Panthers. And we are tied at 7. Lindsay. Jabria. Over to Griggs. Dribbles. Jabria on the top of the key. Swings it over on the near side to Fuller. Back to Jabria. Back out to Fuller. Fuller's wide open. Bounce pass inside. And puts it up and in. And that is good by Danica Todd. And Central back on top by 2. Central staying in the zone. Almost a turnover, and we're going to get a whistle. Coming up next, we got the Central boys and the Smith Station boys. Coach Burkett, Coach Ingersoll's teams. As Smith Station riding high off the momentum, the buzzer beater on Tuesday night that happened right here on this court. And to the line for Smith Station is Erica Robertson, the 5'2" sophomore. And she makes 1 of 2. It is now 9-8, Central Lady Red Devils on top. And that is going to be stolen by Bennett. Oh, and now it's got stolen by Madison Fuller. So the change of possessions on that for Central and Smith Station. Central basketball with 1:16 left to go. It is 9-8. And Jabria Lindsay gonna take it across the timeline. Swings it over to Griggs. Griggs fires a shot. No good, and that's gonna be pulled down by Crowell. Oh, behind the back. She's a leading scorer on Smith Station, averaging 13.8 points a game. And Malaya Crowell is gonna go to the line to try to give Smith Station the lead. It's a quiet night in high school basketball. We do have another game. We've got Carver and Kendrick also playing. That was a makeup game. And with the inclement weather, it really forced a lot of teams. Some of the teams are even playing 4 games this week. We had a rare Wednesday night game last night. Shaw ended up defeating Jordan, both the girls and the boys. Malaya Crowell misses the first. And she misses them both. And getting the rebound is Shemaya Oliver. Back out Serenity Foster, no good, and it's going to go back to Central. With less than a minute to go here in the first. Don't forget, tomorrow we are going to be at Spencer for Carver Spencer. Also, Westfield, Calvary. We got CVCC going on today as well. Garrett Griggs, almost stolen by Oliver. Possession's going to stay right here with the Lady Red Devils. Area tournament play will begin next week at Auburn. Auburn was the top seed. Jabria with it, over to Griggs. Back to Lindsay. Swings it over to Mabouge. Mabouge with it. Oh, and there's a little hip check and a foul on Smith Station with 24.9 seconds left to go. Central 18-5 on the season, 3-2 in the area. Got a big win over Opelika on Tuesday at home. However, the 2 losses in the area, they have lost to Auburn twice, and Auburn is going to win the area and host the tournament next week. 16 seconds. Remember, no shot clock in Alabama. Long three-pointer is good by Condria Mabouge. And she's got 6 points, and Central's up by 4. 5 seconds. 4. Not going to be able to get a shot off as the Lady Red Devils lead Smith Station 12-8. We'll be back after this as you're watching high school basketball here at 7A Alabama on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we are back, start of the second quarter here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It is the Backyard Brawl Basketball Edition. We've had a couple of weeks of rivalry week. Nice to include this one as well. We'll get another rivalry tomorrow. Serenity Foster over in the corner to Oliver. Bounce pass to Foster. We got a moving screen. Lady Red Devils will get the basketball back, and they're trying to make a deep run in the state playoffs. Last year they did lose in the first round. Auburn ended up going to the Final Four. And they'd like to improve on that. Here comes the possession, change of possession. And then the shot is up by Garrett Griggs. And this is the largest lead of the game for Central. Smith Station with the basketball. Stolen by Jabria Lindsay. Here comes Lindsay going coast to coast. And that's going to be a foul before the shot on the Lady Panthers. And Jabria Lindsay, who's got 4 points, averages 25 on the season. And that's actually not going to be a shooting foul. Going inside and putting up a shot is number 15, Danica Todd, with 4 points. And Central up 16-8. Trying to sweep the season series with Smith Station. That's stolen by Todd. Bounce pass, Jabria up and in, and Jabria Lindsay's got 6 points. Crowell, Foster, Robinson. The backcourt, and looks like Smith's trying to go small. Foster trying to retrieve it. And we got a traveling violation. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd like to thank our social media partner, Colin Scroggins and CNAW2 News. We thank you for your support. Central with a 10-point lead. Pump fake. Driving is Givens-Williams. Lindsay almost stolen by Malaya Crowell. It's going to stay right here with the Lady Red Devils. Here comes Jabria Lindsay. Bounce pass to Givens-Williams. And she ended up traveling before Chantel Barnes tried to block it, but Givens-Williams with a turnover, and it's going to go back to the Lady Panthers. Well, it's looking like with Smith Station being the 3 seed that they're going to play Central in that first round of the area tournament. Little floater by Erica Robinson. Barnes trying to get it, and it's going to go back to Central. In fact, the top team in this area, Auburn, is one of the top-ranked teams in 7A. Lindsay over to Griggs in the corner. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay, a move that she double-dribbled. Another Central turnover. Here comes Crowell taking it across the timeline. Crowell, and she lost it. Lindsay over to Griggs. Garrett Griggs puts up a shot at in. Griggs has got 4. Central up 20-18. And another steal. Givens-Williams driving the baseline. Danica Todd back out to Lindsay. Jabria for 3, got it! Jabria Lindsay with 9 points, and this is the largest lead of the game for Central. And Coach Welch wants a timeout, 4:53. We'll take one, too. Central leads Smith Station 23-8 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here to Smith Station. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are live on Facebook. Central leads Smith Station 23-8. Leading scorer for the Lady Red Devils is Jabria Lindsay with 9 points. And for Smith Station, Chantel Barnes has got 4. Smith Station with the ball. That shot is off. Griggs and Crowell or Oliver trying to fight for that loose ball, and it's going to go back to Central. Garrett Griggs, that quarterback on that #1 flag football champion for the Lady Red Devils. As, oh, what a move by Jabria Lindsay. She is starting to heat up. She's got 11 points. And Central up 25-8. And that pass just went nowhere, and here comes another turnover for the Lady Red Devils. Here comes Jabria Lindsay. 3-pointer is good! And she has got 14 points. And it's a 20-point lead for Central. Another turnover. Well, the refs are talking it over. And I might stay here with Smith Station. And it does. Erica Robinson will inbounds it. Over to Oliver. Oliver looking for Davis, and Jabria Lindsay comes up with a steal. Here comes a 2-on-1 fast break. Lindsay with a spin move, and she traveled. .351 left to go here in the second. Here comes Smith Station. Shot is up by Crowell, but she does get fouled. And Malaya Crowell is going to go to the line for 2. And Correll banks that one in. Central has been on a run here in the second. And misses the second, and Todd comes up with a rebound. Pass over to Mebouge. He's going to stay right here with Smith Station. 3:34 left to go here in the first half. Garrett Griggs will inbounds. Over to Lindsay. Lindsay being guarded by Carly Head. Inside to Lindsay. Spin move. Pull-up jumper. No. Todd with a rebound. Puts it up That will not fall. That will be rebounded by Asia Davis. Good defensive stop for the Lady Panthers, and here they come. Crowell puts a shot up off the glass and in. Malaya Crowell, leading scorer for Smith Station, is starting to heat up. It's 28-11. Lindsay with a pull-up jumper. Todd and Davis fighting for the rebound. And Coach Williams wants to get some subs in there. Like 4 starters coming out, and Jabria still out on the floor. Tipped. Crowell almost got the steal. And we got a jump ball.
Well, Richard, is starting to get packed here.
As we
got the boys coming up next. Was a close game there in that first quarter, but now Central, under Coach Regetta Williams in year number 2, has them top 10 team in 7A. Lost to Auburn twice. Those are only region losses, but they also got a big win over Central as Smith Station lays it up and in there to cut it to 15. They got a big win over Pacelli at Pacelli earlier in the year. Look at Lindsay.
Oh, yeah. She's got 16 points.
I mean, she's showing why she's Jabria Lindsay and why she's the most recognizable name and honestly the best women's basketball player we have in our area right now, and I don't think it's much of a question.
Yeah, there's no question.
And there's no debate about it.
Yeah. And when you think about, as she makes the first, now she's got 17. Her all-around game, she leads the team in rebounds. She can block shots. She can pass. She's an elite defender. She makes them both.
Smith Station, they need to get some buckets here. It's danger zone time. Central trying to take a commanding lead up by 20 at the half.
Pull-up jumper.
That's the shots you got to start hitting.
Erica Robinson with a pull-up jumper. Yeah, Smith Station needs to get those to fall. That shot, that's going to be a foul on Oliver. And Gabrielle Walker is going to go to the line for 2. So, and it's not just Jabria Lindsay scoring this year. With the Garrett Griggs and Danica Todd also chip in with points. And you know that name, Garrett Griggs. She was the quarterback on the flag football team that was #1 in the nation that won yet another state title. And Danica Todd is going to check into the game. And Central wants to try to get past the first round. I think that this team is poised to make a deep run in the state playoffs. As he misses that, and Todd comes up with the rebound, and she gets hacked. And with 2:12 left to go here in the first half, Danica Todd, which now the refs did call a foul on Central. It was away from the basketball, so Smith Station with the ball. And that is going to be stolen by Woodard, stolen by Smith Station. Change of possessions here in the last couple of seconds. And Thrift, it is starting to pack. This place, they are trickling in. I know that they're waiting and trying to get a seat. I mean, there were people here for the JV game that were set in their seats. They did not want to leave, give up their seat. As Erica Robinson misses the first. It's 31-15. Robinson misses them both, but it is going to be rebounded by Davis, but it's going to go out of bounds to Smith Station Central ball. A light schedule around the Chattahoochee Valley Thrift. Carver Kendrick is also playing tonight.
Tomorrow we got Carver at Spencer. So we got Backyard Brawl Edition for basketball here for Smith Station Central. Tomorrow we got the Heritage Bowl basketball edition at Spencer. So we can't wait for that. Then Saturday we got some high school basketball, Harris County Baseball Media Day. And then in the next couple of weeks we got area tournaments in Alabama, region tournaments the week after in Georgia. Just a lot happening. And before you know it, there's baseball games literally starting in 2 weeks, Rich. Can you believe that? Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Exactly. Madison Fuller to the line, and she makes the first. Got a sub coming in for Coach Welch. Mayasia Bennett for Smith Station. And misses that one. Rebounded by Oliver. We got a foul on Central. 1:41 left to go here in the first half. Leading scorer for Central is Jabria Lindsay. She's got 17. And we've got Crowell and Barnes both with 4. As that shot was missed. Todd hits the floor, but that's going to be a turnover on Central. As this is 7A Area 4. And we've always said this is by far the toughest area in the state of Alabama. Auburn right now, 22-5, 5-0 in the area. They are ranked as one of the top teams in 7A. Central 3-2, 18-5. Smith Station comes in with a 12-7 record, 2-3. And Opelika 6-18. They're young, as that's put back by Barnes. She's got 6. It's 32-17.
Yeah, right here. If you're Central, remember, no shot clock in Alabama. I have to keep emphasizing that because people get so used to seeing it when we do all the Georgia games.
Right.
But right now, oh, look at that. Good D.
Block.
And they're going to say Smith Station basketball.
That was good.
Smith Station can get a couple buckets here this last minute. Get it within 10 to 12. I think you're feeling pretty good about yourself, especially with the turnovers against this elite Central team.
Remember, Thrift, these two teams are going to play in the area tournament next week. Smith Station is the 3 seed. Central is the 2 seed. So regardless of the outcome of this game,
they're going to face off in that
Auburn
semifinals.
has already locked up the number 1 seed. So Auburn's going to face Opelika.
Smith Station's been one of the more improved teams this year, Richard.
Yeah.
They just played in a really tough region. And it's one of the reasons why they haven't got as much recognition because of what Central's been doing here, and Auburn.
But yeah, early in the year, they played some of the Muskogee County schools. As Lindsay with the double team. Pull up the jumper. Todd trying to get the rebound. It's going to go back to Smith Station. They've had some opportunities, but Smith Station has not been able to capitalize. We got Bennett. Going to take it over to Robinson. Robinson with a double.
Got to get a shot off
Back
here,
over to
Richard.
Crowell.
Got to get a shot off.
Yeah, without giving up a turnover. Here comes Robinson, and we got a foul on the Lady Red Devils.
That looked like a clean block there, Richard.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right about that. But, you know, the refs, they call it as they see it. And going to the line is going to be Erica Robinson, who's only a sophomore, 5'2" sophomore. As this is a makeup game, Smith Station already had their senior night. That's scheduled well in advance. But some of the seniors they honored. Malaya Crowell, leading scorer on the team with 13.8 points.
You know Malaya.
Yeah, Malaya, yeah. Shemaya Oliver. Also Miasia Bennett, Sydney Motley, and Chantel Barnes.
Thank you, Rich.
All right, 13 seconds.
Good steal, but
nice
not able to
steal.
clean it. The ball's still live.
Could not handle it with 8 seconds.
Central 18-5, Richard, on the season. And they played some really good basketball. They want to finish this strong.
Oh, look at that move. Jabria, nobody was guarding
showing
her.
why she is such an elite talent.
19 points going into the half. It's been all Lady Red Devils. 34-18. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Pepsi, Zaxby's, Alabama Power, Kinetic Credit Union. We'll be back with the second half here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi. Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Start of the third quarter here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The Central Lady Red Devils lead Smith Station 34-18 in the Backyard Brawl Basketball Edition. We got the boys coming up after this. It is a packed gymnasium, and we expect not an empty seat in the building. Jabria Lindsay's got 19 points, leading all scores. Garrett Griggs comes up with a rebound. Jabria driving the baseline, bounce pass to Todd. Off the glass, no good. That's going to be rebounded by Barnes. Here comes Chantel Barnes. Over to Robinson, trying to split the defenders. Lost it. Here comes Jabria Lindsay on the steal. It's a fast break. Jabria stolen by Crowell. It's a 2-on-1 fast break. Crowell, no good. Robinson puts it off the glass and in. It was a good play by Smith Station. Down by 14. Behind the back, and that's going to be stolen by Barnes. That was tipped. It's going to stay right here with the Lady Panthers, which these two schools will face off in the area tournament next week at Auburn. Last year, the playoff teams were Auburn and Central in this area, in one of the toughest areas in the state of Alabama. There is no question. It is just a constant battle with all these four schools. Three-pointer is off the mark. That's going to be rebounded and put back by Taylor Givens-Williams. And it is 36-20. The Lady Red Devils on top. Almost stolen. Crowell inside. Barnes, no good. Crowell comes up with a rebound underneath the basket. Misses the shot. Griggs and Barnes fighting for it, and we're going to get a jump ball. And that possession arrow is going to stay with Smith Station. That shot is off. That's going to be a foul. And that's going to be count the bucket. And going to the line is number 4, Shamaya Oliver. And she makes the N1. 36-23. We got another whistle. Garrett Griggs will inbounds it. Griggs. Over to Mebouche. Guarded by Crowell. Crowell playing a little defense, trying to go for the steal. And we got a jump ball. 6:17 left to go here in the third. Coming up next, we got the boys. Central, Smith Station. Live here at Smith Station High School. These two schools separated by 7 miles. And that's going to be stolen. Robinson, transition, bucket attempt. Going to stay right here with the Lady Panthers. .608. But we got ourselves a timeout. We'll take one too. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
And we are back here at Smith Station. This is the last regular season game in the area before we start area tournament play. This was a makeup game from last week. Supposed to be scheduled last Friday. It was canceled because of the snowstorms. There's a pull-up jumper, rattles in and out. Barnes comes up with the offensive rebound, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Garrett Griggs. Poked away, and it's going to stay right here with the Lady Panthers. As we have got fans from both sides piling into the gym. And you talk about a rivalry of rivalries in the Chattahoochee Valley. You got to put Central Smith Station up there with Carver Spencer, Glenwood Lee Scott. What a move by Jabria Lindsay, 21 points. It's 38-23. Crowell over to Bennett. Oliver driving. Robinson with a three. That's going to be a foul on Central. And Erica Robinson is going to go to the line for 3 with 5:34 left to go here in the third. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got the boys game coming up after this. The new rankings for the Alabama Writers Association just came out today, and Central is ranked second behind Hoover. Of course, they clinched the area tournament. They will be hosting the area tournament next week, thanks to the buzzer beater by Smith Station here on Tuesday against Auburn, 73-71. Robinson misses the second, and here's Jabria with the rebound. Nice pass inside the putback by Kendria Mebouge. And it is now 40-24. And we got a traveling violation on Mayasia Bennett. Griggs, pass over to Lindsay. Lindsay looking for the screen. Jabria all the way to the rack. There is no stopping her. 23 points for the junior sensation, averaging 25 points a game. You talk about one of the best basketball players to come out of this area in a long time. And I'm talking, we've had some great ones over the past. Kalia Lawrence over Spencer Kendrick comes to mind. As Barnes comes up with a rebound. Catania Soignier from Columbus. Jessica Carter from Harris County. That stop, no good. Rebounded Marlissa Smith, and then there's a steal and the putback. A move by Malaysia Bennett, and it is 42-26. And Jabria, she runs the point. She can score, she can block shots, steal, but she's also a very good ball handler. And Givens-Williams shot off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Oliver. Here comes Bennett. Bennett, top of the key. Inside to Davis. We got another jump ball with 3:58 left to go here in the third. Coming into the game for the Lady Red Devils, Madison Fuller. We got a busy slate of games tomorrow on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Thrift and I will be at Spencer for Carver Spencer, Part 2. Calvary also hosts Westfield School. And that's going to be out of play, going to go back to Smith Station. So this is the third time that we have live streamed a Smith Station Central event. Thrift and I did the football game at TC Brittenfield Panther Stadium earlier this season. Chris did the baseball game between Central and Smith Station last year. I know we expect that to be a very entertaining game. And by the way, Glenwood is going to play both of them in baseball this year. How about that? And Russell County. 42-26. There's a three-point shot off the mark by Bennett. And here comes, stops, steps, Fuller, up and in. She just had to position herself to make the layup. The momentum was carrying her all the way to the basket. It's 44-26. And another foul on the Lady Red Devils. For the time being, Jabria is going to take a breather as she is on the bench. She has played all minutes up to this point and is the leading scorer with 21 points. Oliver looking for Barnes in the post. Dishes it to her. Little move, double. Barnes going to the line for two. Chantel Barnes, who's got 8 points for Smith Station, the leading scorer, 6'1" senior. And she's going to go to the line for two. And this game has been controlled by Central. In that first quarter, it was a little close. Central did go on that run to go up by 6. But Smith Station did cut it to 1 early on in the first as Barnes makes the first free throw. And Jabria comes back into the game. Coach Regetta Williams is giving her a little bit of a breather, but now she's going to come back in. And we're talking about obliterating scoring records here at Central. She's already done that. Was doing that as a sophomore last year. It's 44-28. And that shot is up and in by Mebouche. It's 46-28. Almost stolen by Lindsay. Todd fighting for it along with Barnes. We got a traveling violation. If she would have just maybe signaled a timeout, they wouldn't have lost the possession. But because Todd got the steal and she was falling on the floor, the ref called the traveling violation. So Central gives it up. Inside. Over to Barnes. Pass. Shot off the mark by Bennett. Here comes the Lady Red Devils. Lindsay, good. A little post move by Jabria Lindsay. And she has got 25 points, her scoring average. Crowell and a hip check offensive foul. And that was a good job. Planting the feet, Gabrielle Walker with 2:10 left to go. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Zaxby's, Alabama Power, Buffalo Rock, Kinetic Credit Union, and our social media partner, Colin Scroggins, CNAW2 News. By the way, Colin is in the building. We will have an interview with him between the women's and the men's game, as that shot is up by Gabrielle Walker. Out of play. It's going to stay right here. 50-28, Central has been in control of this game. As these two teams will meet next week in the area tournament. Here comes Oliver. Lost it out of bounds, back to Central. Minute 46 left to go. Jabria Lindsay. Post move, nice pass inside of Todd. Misses the layup. It's rebounded by Foster. Here comes a 3-on-2. Foster on the baseline. Back over to Oliver. Oliver for three, and that rattles in. That took a while, but it finally fell through. It's 50-31. Here comes Jabria. Three-pointer off the mark. Todd gets the rebound. And Danica Todd and the foul, and Todd's going to go to the line. Todd third on the team in scoring. And one thing about this Central Lady Red Devils team is that Jabria Lindsay is averaging 25 points a game, but she's getting her teammates involved. Garrett Griggs, Danica Todd, they have stepped up, and they have been able to contribute in the scoring category. And that's why Central is set up for success to go on a deep postseason run. Excited to see what Central can do in the postseason. Todd makes one of two. It's back to a 20-point lead for the Lady Red Devils with 1:10 left to go here in the third. Bennett will inbound. Over to Muti. Back over to Foster. And we got another turnover. Lady Red Devils with the ball. Fuller. Over to James. Swings it over. Corner inside to Walker. And it's going to be another turnover by Central. And they've had a couple of turnovers, but Smith Station has not been able to capitalize on these turnovers. Less than a minute to go here in the third. And that's stolen by Jabria Lindsay. She just picked her pocket. Here comes Lindsay going coast to coast. And count the bucket. Jabria Lindsay going to go to the line for the N1. She has had a sensational game, 27 points. I tell you, in a rivalry game like this, the stars shine bright. And Lindsay gets her own rebound off the miss, driving the baseline, bounce pass, and it's stolen by Crowell. That was a good steal by Malaya Crowell, 38 seconds. And we got a Central player that hit the floor. When you talk about rivalries in the Chattahoochee Valley, you got to put this one up here with Carver and Spencer, Glenwood and Lee Scott, Brookstone and Pacelli. In my mind, those are the four. I mean, there are other rivalries. I mean, Columbus Hardaway, Columbus Jordan, Shaw Northside, but I don't know. The vibe I've gotten from the fan bases, as Crowell makes the first, when I think of rivalries where the two schools just don't like each other, I think of those four schools. And I think that these four rivalries have separated themselves as Crowell makes them both. 35 seconds left to go. Yeah, Friday is going to be a busy slate of games. And then we got a busy slate of games on Saturday as well. Some teams playing 4 games this week. That's stolen by Robinson. Robinson looking for Foster. Robinson controlling it, trying to save it. Goes out of bounds with 18 seconds back to Central. Central with a 20-point lead. Leading scorer for the Lady Red Devils is Jabria Lindsay with 27 points. Kalia Moore with it. 10 seconds. Moore. Got to get a shot off. Fuller, 4. Out of bounds with 1.5. Maybe enough time for a catch and shoot. Well, you could do a catch and shoot with 0.3, but I think that's what Central's going to do. Got to move. Got to put it up. No good. We've got one more quarter to go. Live here from Smith Station. Central leads the Smith Station Lady Panthers in the Backyard Brawl Basketball Edition by 20. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did an event to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Start of the fourth quarter, Central up by 20. One thing I like about these Thursday makeup games is this is the only game in Alabama. We got Erica Robinson making it, cuts it to 18. We do have Kendrick Carver. Here comes Lindsay, back over to Griggs. Garrett Griggs, three-pointer. Back of the iron, no good. That's going to be on the line. It's going to stay right here with the Lady Red Devils. Griggs is going to inbounds it. Top of the key. On the right wing, Griggs. Long two-point shot. Back of the iron, no good. Fighting for the rebound, a pump fake, Babouge back out. Here comes Lindsay driving. Shot up, no good, missed by Walker, another miss, and a blocked shot. Here comes Jabria. Oh, what a pass by Jabria, but Smith ends up missing a point-blank range layup. You talk about Jabria Lindsay being an elite passer. That was a no-look pass. It was a thing of beauty. Coach Regetta Williams wants to call a timeout. 6:58 left to go. As Central leads Smith Station by 18. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Here at Smith Station, Jabria Lindsay, the leading scorer for the Central Lady Red Devils. Pull-up jumper, and that is off. Mibu swings it over to Lindsay. Lindsay for three, and she has got 30. 30 points for Jabria Lindsay. It is 56-35, and Central leads by 21. And you know what? And as Thrift Behringer, we will be handing out a plaque for the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. And we might have a general idea who's going to end up getting that plaque. Crowell, top of the key. Trying to look for the screen. Leading scorer for the Smith Station Lady Panthers. What a move. Pull-up jumper. Crowell. Oh, it just missed. It just did not want to fall. That was a good shot. Back out to Lindsay. Lindsay misses a little mid-range jumper, and we got a foul on the Lady Panthers. And anytime these two schools play in any sport, it is always fun. I was here 2 years ago, actually at Central Darnell Nelson Field for the semifinals, and that might have been the most packed baseball game I've ever been to. Could not find a seat. They had lawn chairs everywhere as that shot is up by Shamaya Oliver. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Smith Station. Central with the ball. Coming up next, we got the Smith Station boys and the Central boys. Thrift Behringer will be on the call for that. Here comes Jabria. Pull-up jumper. Misses. It's rebounded by Oliver. And another foul. That's going to be a foul on Smith Station, and Central with the basketball. Garrett Griggs is going to inbounds it. What a career Garrett Griggs had on the flag football field. Is Jabria, off the glass and in. Nice assist by Garrett Griggs. Jabria Lindsay with 32 points. Here comes Barnes, lost it. And another steal by Lindsay. Shot up and in. As Madison Fuller, as Lindsay just piling the stat sheet. Steals, assists. That shot is no good. And coming up with it. And here comes Central without the numbers. Settling down, nice pass to Lindsay. Lindsay puts a shot up. And Jabria Lindsay are going to go to the line for two to try to extend this point total. The junior averaging 25 points a game. We saw her last year on Georgia Alabama Sports Live as Central took on Russell County. Saw her earlier this season when Central played Shaw. Thrift Behringer was on the call for that. I happen to be on vacation for that one. What a pass by Garrett Griggs. Inside to Jabria Lindsay. She's got 34. Back out, Crowell. Jumper, no good. 4:33 left to go in the fourth. That pass was just too high outside. And we're going to get a timeout. Nope, we're going to keep it here. We will keep it here. Don't forget, Thrift and I will be at Spencer tomorrow for Carver Spencer. The Heritage Bowl basketball edition. I like coming up with that. Get the Backyard Brawl basketball edition. Is there a name for the Glenwood-Lee Scott rivalry? I'd like to know. Should come up. They got Brookstone-Pacelli is the battle for the Brucelli jug. You say that for the basketball. They don't play for the jug in basketball, but we need to come up with a cool name for that rivalry. And I know Coach Purdue would probably agree with me. The big four rivalries in this area, Glenwood-Lee Scott, Central, Smith Station, Carver Spencer, and Brookstone-Pacelli. I think that it doesn't get any bigger than those four rivalries. Hardaway, the Midtown Showdown. By the way, Columbus plays Jordan tomorrow. That was a big-time rivalry in the 80s. Especially girls basketball. I listened to Sports Visions this morning. I listened to the interview. By the way, fantastic interview with Tawanda Williams from the Jordan Lady Red Jackets going into the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame. It's Crowell trying to, and stolen by Mebouche. Pass intended for Griggs. Griggs with the nice save, trying to fight for it on the floor. And Central just giving the effort, trying to get every loose ball. Just a reminder, we will name an Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game, and we will present that player of a game with a plaque. The pass inside to Davis, going to the line for two with exactly 4 minutes on the clock. We got the boys coming up. You see Andrew Alford right there getting ready. We'll get to see him in action. The Central quarterback. Pretty good shooter as well. That shot is good by Davis. I cannot wait for that Central Smith Station game for the boys. That is going to be outstanding. Thurp Behringer will be on the call. That will come up approximately 15 minutes after the end of this game as Davis misses the second. Here comes Central, Madison Fuller being guarded by Foster. Over to Griggs. Swings it out to Walker. Three-pointer, and that is good by Kandria Mebouge. That's her second three-pointer of the game. It is 65-36. Foster fighting for it. We got another jump ball. And the bench starts clapping. A good hustle. What's impressive is that Jabria Lindsay has played all but 1 minute in this game. Coach Williams took her out right before the end of the quarter, and she came right back in. She has been the most durable player that we have seen in a long time. The nice pass to Garrett Griggs. Garrett Griggs for three is off the mark. And we got another jump ball. Smith Station is trying to make it respectable. These two teams will play next week in the area tournament. That pass over to Davis. Davis back out, pull-up jumper, good. Shamaya Oliver makes it 65-38. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one, too. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care.
Welcome back here to Smith Station High School. It's the Backyard Brawl Basketball Edition, Smith Station Central. And we're extending Rivalry Week by another week. We've had Rivalry Week pretty much the last 2 weeks. That week of the snowstorms really didn't count. I mean, everybody had a 3-day break. But we got some fantastic rivalries coming up this week, including Carver Spencer tomorrow, Jordan Columbus, Hardaway Shaw. And that is going to be stolen by Muti. Muti up and in. Layla Muti makes it 65-40. I'm telling you, that fires up the Smith Station crowd. Coach Welch wants a timeout. 2:46 left to go. We'll keep it here as this is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Pepsi, Alabama Power, Zaxby's, Kinetic Credit Union, Master Wall Incorporated, State Farm, Carroll Purdue, and Alex Quinney, Allstate. You are in good hands with Allstate. 2:40 left to go, Central ball. Moore. Back out to James and a turnover for Central. Another turnover for the Lady Red Devils. This is the final regular season game. This was a makeup from last Friday. That shot by Crowell, no good. Barnes coming up with a rebound, but her foot was on the line. Smith Station already had their senior night. This was a makeup game. But they have clinched the number 3 seed in the area tournament. And that bounce pass was a foul. That was intended for Marcelia Smith, the freshman. And 2:21 left to go. We're going to take another break, as we'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back to Smith Station as these schools separated by 7 miles of Opelika Road. Central didn't really have to come that far to get here. The close proximity, and I actually had to MapQuest it. Who uses MapQuest? Smith Station's 2 miles from Glenwood. How about getting Smith Station and Glenwood playing some basketball in the future? I know that. I'm saying that because Coach Purdue is like right in front of me, and I think he's just watching some basketball. Good to see him in the building as Glenwood will take on Beulah in the semifinals of the area tournament at Lee Scott tomorrow. Both Gators and Lady Gators. Also got his assistant, J.J. Jackson, in the building. And a well-attended basketball game between these two fierce rivals. No love lost between these two schools. Nice bounce pass to Danica Todd. And that's how you draw up a play on the inbounds. It is 67-40. Pull-up jumper. Crowell got fouled. Malaya Crowell going to go to the line for 2. And Crowell misses. And Crowell misses them both. Less than 2 minutes to go. A little Euro step, shot, no good. And here comes Crowell. Resets it. Takes it to the top of the key. Crowell lets one fly, misses. Trying to save it, and there's Danica Todd with the save. And here comes Central, and it's stolen by Foster. And then stolen once again. Here comes Central. Oh, she misses. That would have been huge. Big shot attempt by Moore, and that's going to be a foul. Coach Welch wants an entire group of subs in for the Lady Panthers. James misses. Rebounded by Maya Crowell, who is a sophomore. 1:06 left to go here in this game. And we did have a foul on Central, and that is their 15th foul, so Smith Station will be in the bonus. And Crowell makes the first. And Crowell makes them both. And with 1:06 left to go, I think it's time to announce who the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands player of the game is. We got the plaque for it too. Thrift has got it in his hand. It's Jabria Lindsay. She had a sensational game with 34 points. Congratulations to Jabria.
I mean, are you shocked?
I was not shocked. I kind of knew that. I kind of knew that was going to happen.
Oh,
a little
wow.
collision. Oh.
How excited are you about this boys' game? It should be fantastic.
Well, look who's in the building getting ready to watch it. There they go. Oh, she missed. Crowell comes up with a rebound. We got Coach Purdue from the Glenwood Gators in the building.
Oh.
Just coming by to watch some exciting basketball. Glenwood is about 2 miles from this school as we were mapping it out. All right, 49 seconds left to go. All right, here comes Oliver. Looking for the screen.
That's a steal, Rich.
More. Smith Station coming up with it.
Got to get a shot off.
You got it. 28 seconds. Back out to Crowell.
Got to make a move.
Head. Oh, what a block. What an incredible block. Shot up and a hack. Oh, that fires up the Smith Station crowd. What a block by number 11, Sydney Motley, the senior. But on the other end, Amari Word with a big block. The 8th grader. As that is no good.
Boys coming up next Looking forward to being on the call.
They cannot wait. We're already seeing familiar faces. Andrew Alford, Jaden Ford, Jacoby Hill, Bryce Dawson.
Central showing.
Oh my!
We're getting the Red Devils. They're ranked number one in
ranked
our
number
power
one
rankings.
in our poll. Yes.
Smith Station number 10.
They are. Coach Ingersoll's got a good team. And how about that buzzer beater against Auburn?
Unbelievable game.
That was a great
on
game.
Tuesday.
15 seconds.
Got to get a shot off here, Rich.
And that's going to be stolen by Moore. And Central can hold for the final possession, but Smith Station getting a foul right there.
Which will mean free throws in a 27-point game with 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, and then remember, these two teams it's tough as it is getting home late on Friday nights. All these kids got to go.
We
got
to be up early in the morning, Rich. We got the Sports Vision Morning Show tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. All right, 6 seconds. Out of bounds. Going back to the Lady Panthers.
They're going to get every second of this game. Got to get a shot off.
Head. Throwing up a heave-ho, and that will do it. The Lady Red Devils come into hostile territory and knock off their rival 70-42. Jabria Lindsay is the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. Coming up next, we got the boys. You don't want to go anywhere. We'll be back on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live. This station is Thrift Behringer, and you know it. You see it. It's Colin Scroggins himself of CNAW. Colin, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Of course. I'm glad to be here. I get to see my alumni play against their rival Central in the backyard brawl of basketball. We got to see girls just a little bit ago. Central won that game.
Yep.
Who's going to win this game?
I'm excited about it. It's a rivalry that, these schools don't like each other. But, Colin, I'm having you on for one. Thank you for the partnership. So can you kind of talk about why you and your staff decided that Georgia Alabama Sports Live was going to be a great sports provider for CNAW2 News?
Well, of course, y'all cover every game on live. If people don't feel like going to the game, they can watch it on live. We've always wanted to have a sports broadcast on our page,
right? Because
we have so many people that love sports. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. That's unfortunate we're not going to the Super Bowl,
right.
But it is what it is. But we just all talked together and we said, I think it's time we finally incorporate Georgia Alabama Sports Live with CNAW2 News. And so far, it's been a great partnership. How about y'all?
I mean, love every second of it. As I mentioned when we were talking on your Facebook page, it has really been a game changer for us. It's been a game changer for these athletes and coaches. They are so appreciative that there's many people being able to watch their programs and giving them the exposure that they deserve. So I'm excited about it. Real quickly, talk about last week, because unbelievable. Who would have thought the third week of January would have been the most viewed month in Colin Scroggins CNAW history?
I know, that's the thing. We've covered so much stuff. I've covered so much stuff in the past 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Last week was a first for me. I've never covered a snowstorm as a news reporter,
right?
Journalist, and it was crazy. We had historic numbers on our CNAW page, millions of views, and it was constant.
Keep following us on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Colin, thank you for making a public appearance.
Of course, I'm glad to be here. My alumni.
Exactly. Cheer on those Smith Station Panthers and keep following Colin Scroggins on Facebook. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's the boys' action coming up next year on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
And we're back live here from Smith Station, Alabama. It's the Panthers and the Red Devils battling it out. The #1 team in our rankings, #2 in Alabama, 7A, Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge, and we are in for a fantastic treat here as Smith Station wins the tip. They had a buzzer beater against Auburn on Tuesday, Richard, and they're coming in with a lot of confidence, led by Coach Armand Ingersoll.
Yeah, that buzzer beater, that was huge. He was here on Tuesday. It gave him a little bit of momentum for this game. Oh.
And how about a three-pointer there? Knocking it down is #4, Cam Williams, and a score from Jacoby Hill, who's putting up 20 points a game. He is going next year to...
He's going to Jacksonville State.
I knew it was Jacksonville State. I'm thinking Tony Montgomery with Troy. Starters for Smith Station, Jaden Peabody, Cam Cameron Williams, who you just saw hit there by Kyle Edmonds. Also, Alex Wilson and Josias Harris round out the 5. And there's a 3 that goes in and out. You got Hill, Jacoby Hill, Jonah Jones, Bryce Dawson, Des Williams, and the newcomer, who's no longer a newcomer because the season's almost over with. Jaden's Ford.
Is his nickname still Pookie?
And his nickname is always going to be Pookie,
Oh, man.
And Ford right now being guarded by Cameron Williams. That's a matchup you want to watch out for. Dawson, who's a fantastic.
Great transition bucket on the steal, Jaden's Ford. They are second behind Hoover in the latest rankings.
When talking with Coach Ingersoll, they got a young team with Smith Station, building for the future. And when you're playing a team like Central, who is the best team in our area and one of the top teams in the state, between them and Hoover, the favorites, as Cameron gets to steal, Williams misses the lay, Hill comes away with it. And they're going to get a foul there on Robert Schaffler.
Remember, a couple years ago, Jacoby Hill had that 40-point game in the Final Four. Central 2 years ago went to the championship game. They did lose to Hoover in the Final Four last year. Smith Station went to the quarterfinals in 2022, lost to the eventual champion Enterprise. Oh, what a move by Jacoby Hill. That is just a textbook move by one of the top players in this area. And Josias Harris leading scorer for the Smith Station Panthers team, Cam Williams. Nice offensive rebound. And Harris.
And that's an easy lay. It's 8-4 now. Ford. Hill to Dawson. Up top to Jonah Jones. Over to Jacoby Hill. Jacoby Hill for 3. Yes!
Oh, wow.
Knocks down the 3.
That was a great shot by Jacoby Hill. Just an all-around great basketball player.
What a shot there by Jacoby Hill. Hill being guarded by Cameron. Whoa, what a crawl. Stolen, though. Williams comes back with it. Jones to Williams. Lays it in. 13-4 now. Up ahead. Layup is blocked by Jonah Jones. What a rejection. Behind the back from Jaden's Ford. And there's a good move. Layup attempt, no good. Here comes Central ahead of the pack. Ford shoots the 3 and misses. Baseline scoop layup, no, but a foul that will send Alex Wilson a line to shoot a pair of free throws.
So this is the last regular season game. This is a makeup game from last Friday. They're going to have the area tournament at Central next week. And we got there's Alex Wilson making the 3 throw.
16-8 right now. Wilson makes both of them. And stolen away. Cameron drives and lays it in, makes it a 6-point game. Williams, three-pointer, good. Forward all the way, reverse layup is good. And knocked out of bounds.
Like we expected, Thrift, it's standing room only in this gymnasium.
For Jacoby Hill for the slam. For the slam.
That was a thing of beauty.
How about Hill rocking the gymnasium? Another turnover. Ball on the floor. And jump ball is going to say arrow towards Smith Station. How about that dunk from Hill?
That's what we expect. We expect high-flying dunks from Jacoby Hill, who is just an incredible player. How about Jaden Ford knocking down threes? He's been a very good addition to this Central team, trying to win a state championship. Right now, they're ranked second. Hoover's still undefeated. Oh!
And then another dunk by Jonah Jones. And it's all Central.
One thing about this Central team, they are deep. They got a lot of athleticism, and they got shooters on the bench. We got the Central fans just getting wild up, the Smith Station student section.
And Jonah hits the first to make it an 18-point game. Central comes in 24-4, undefeated in the region.
Unbelievable.
Number 57 nationally, number 2 in the state of Alabama. And Jones makes the second. Malik Hopkins is out there with Des Williams, Dawson, Jabri Walker, and Hopkins gets the steal, stolen right back by Cameron. What a pass, and layup is good. Alex Wilson, what a dime there by number 11, Schaffler. 10 seconds.
Does have some good players. They're just young.
Down 17, what a cross and a foul. And you're just seeing the athleticism is through the roof for this Central Red Devils team, led under Coach Burkett, who has done everything but win a state championship with this Central team. They've lost to Hoover last year in the semifinals, lost to Hoover 2 years ago in the state. The last thing on the resume of these seniors is winning the state championship. Dawson, double clutch, not able to hit it, and a very entertaining first quarter. Central up 17 here at Smith Station. It's Backyard Brawl Basketball Edition on Georgia.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here to Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's the Backyard Brawl basketball edition. And Central on top by 17. Jacoby Hill was fantastic there in that first quarter. Turnovers is one of the reasons why Central is up as many as they are. It's a miss there, but a cleanup by Malik Hopkins that makes it 19-point lead. Coach Armand Ingersoll, who was an assistant for Central, lead assistant for taking over this Smith Station program. And a miss there and a foul, and they're going to get it on Smith Station. It'll be Central basketball. His dad was a legendary coach around this area,
yeah.
Richard. Central. This is going to be the only time, second. We got them 2 times this year, and we will not be able to get them again with area tournament start, unfortunately, but we will be cheering them on.
Absolutely.
It's 36-15. Maybe we can even get an interview with Coach Burkett here on our show, maybe on Sunday, to talk about his number 2 ranked, number 1 in Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Red Devils. How about Cameron Williams there? No. Putback no good. Ford ahead of the pack. Shoots a corner 3. And misses. Wilson up ahead to Williams, who gets an easy lay.
Yeah, need to get the offense going with Cam Williams.
Ford, bad pass. That's going to be a turnover. And it will go back to Smith Station.
And you look at Smith Station's record, they're just in a tough region.
Yeah.
Opelika has improved this year.
They've beaten Columbus. They've beaten several really good schools. Richard, already, but they play in a tough region, as you may mention, with Opelika, Auburn, and, of course, Central. But they're a team that's going to have a bright future. Coach Ingersoll's doing it the right way. And this team for Central is looking for a state championship with their seniors, as that one is blocked. Good hands there by Dawson. Hill ahead of the pack. Hill crosses, steps back, shoots a 3, and misses that one. Hits the top, and it'll be a turnover.
And there's a reason why Jacoby Hill is going to go play at Jacksonville State. He's got all the tools to play at the next level. Just a fantastic player. Oh, what a 3 by Dawson. How about that one?
And Dawson knocks it down to make it a 22-point game. And Smith Station's in major danger zone now.
Absolutely. This Central team is getting any shot they want. They've hustled. They have been having transition buckets.
Williams, and hits it.
They needed that one.
Big time. Makes it 19 again, but they can't keep playing between 19 and 20, and then they got to get back as Hill crosses and lays it in. What a move.
Unbelievable.
By Jacoby Hill.
That's a grown man, Thrift. He had made a move in the post and just shook off his defender.
Spin by Williams. Good contest by Hill. Ball knocked out, and it will stay with Smith Station. The Central girls won earlier in dominating fashion. The Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands player of the game, Jabria Lindsay. Did you expect anything else?
She had 34 points. She was fantastic in that game. And they're going to be going up to Auburn next week for the area tournament. I tell you, that zone defense by Central is really working in their favor. Another 2 points for Central, up 43-20.
Three-pointer shot no good by Williams. Here comes Hill, numbers for Central, and Dawson tried to get the dunk, misses his own putback, and somehow Jonah Jones tips it up and in.
Yeah, he wanted that alley-oop dunk, but he's able to get the bucket.
And then a block by Hill.
That was all ball.
Williams has it rejected by Jonah Jones. Good hustle by Williams. Three-pointer off the mark, no good. And a push foul on Carmelo Williams of Smith Station. He'll go to Central.
You talk about a defensive stopper. Bryce Dawson, he's been really the catalyst on defense. A very complimentary piece. When you think of a 1-2 punch from last year, Jacoby Hill and Bryce Dawson, add Jaden Ford in the mix because he can score as well. I mean, they just have so much firepower and depth, and that's why they're going to go on a run, and they're going to be one of the favorites to win the state championship.
And we'll be cheering for them all year long. As Jones makes a good cross. Jones loses it, has it hit. I guess his arm was hit there. That will be free throws now for the senior for the Red Devils. Big game tomorrow. It's the Heritage Bowl football edition. Carver at Spencer, #1 and #2 in the region. Yeah. Can't wait for that. The last time the girls played, it went down to the wire. Richard, I know you're excited to call your first Carver-Spencer basketball game since last year.
Very excited to call Carver-Spencer basketball. We did call it in the Muskogee County Christmas Tournament last year. I expect it's going to be like this. There's not going to be an empty seat in the gymnasium. Standing room only.
Both free throws are good by Jonah Jones. And Central's about to be up 30 points here in this first half.
Yeah, they're running away with this. Smith Station's got to find some
good
offense.
Move. And just not able to finish the lay.
Just couldn't fall.
Williams, Ford. Ford drives. Jones has got it. Jones back out to Ford. And now Coach Burkett calls out a play. And, oh, what a move.
Wow.
Oh, what move by Ford, and he's fouled. He is so quick on a dime. Can move and change direction better than anybody in our area.
And doesn't it seem like he's improved his game a little? We saw him last year. He was a very outstanding player last year. He's added some attributes to his game.
Jones, just too big and physical, but misses. Williams with the rebound. Williams drives. Williams blocked. Foul, though, called.
They're calling a foul on that.
Two shots.
That was close, but that was a good call. And like you mentioned, Thrift, like we have our basketball rankings. Now we're dropping them every week. Central's #1 in our poll. Is there a team that could keep it close with Central?
In our area?
In our area.
I think Carver would keep it close. We saw them in the fall league. I think Pacelli would also keep it close.
I think so too.
And I think that's it. Then there's two teams that would keep it close with them.
I look at the Central team, and this is the first time I'm seeing them because I know that you called that game early on in the season when they took on Shaw. That was a different team. But we're witnessing this team is just fantastic.
Williams traveled. He knew he did. That's why he started smiling there.
He sure did.
So next time Central will play, will be in the area tournament along with Smith Station.
I believe they're going to probably face Smith State or Opelika.
Well, as of now, looking at the standings in the 7A Area 4 region, they would be playing Smith Station in the first round. Auburn and Opelika would be playing each other in the other semifinal, and that three-pointer is good. Nice shot there by number 11, Jabri Walker. Williams pulls up for three, and it's long. Ford's got it. Ford,
Nice pass.
and layup, but no.
Oh,
They're going to get a traveling violation, and they're going to call it on number 20, who I do not have on a roster on Max Preps.
and look at who's coming into the game, Thrift, the Central quarterback, Andrew Alford. Who we saw him, he could shoot. We saw him at Brookstone a couple years ago, and
Yeah.
he's a great basketball. He could shoot the basketball.
Alford, a phenomenal athlete. Good defense.
Nice turnover.
And here comes Burns, and Burns has it go out of bounds, and it will be Smith Station basketball. 1:23 left here in the first half. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. And Backyard Brawl Basketball Edition has been owned by the Lady Red Devils and Devils so far here tonight. And that three-pointer, no. Good box out, and here comes Central on the fast break. Hopkins going to catch it and shoot it. Miss. And here comes Smith Station on the run. And a dunk attempt that's no good. Underneath the basket, going up, no. Another dunk attempt that's missed. Here comes Alford. Alford up ahead. And layup is blocked by Williams. 45 seconds. How about that? Blocks, fouls.
Yeah, we've had just about a little bit of everything.
Williams with a drive. Oh,
now that's basket interference.
And that's going to be basket interference.
Yep.
And Central can really hold for the last shot here with the shot clock off. Three-pointer short. Hopkins, Alford, everybody standing up for Central.
Yep.
They wanted him to hit that.
They really did. They've seen him throw many touchdown passes for the Central Red Devils the past 2 seasons, leading them to a state title 2 years ago, and then making it to the state championship this year. Thrift, I'm looking at the basketball roster. I see Dalen Upshaw. Is he on the basketball
Upshaw's
team?
not out there.
He is not playing for the basketball team. Okay. His favorite receiver. That would be great if he could just throw a pass to Dalen Upshaw. I think people would go nuts if we saw that. He's getting smiles from the fans there. I love seeing that.
And that one is pinned by Hopkins, but they're going to get a foul. Peabody will go shoot some free throws.
This has been a really fun game. Just to have two teams, rivals, no love lost between them.
That honestly may be Upshaw. Don't quote me on that.
Possibly. By the way, he did sign with Miami, the early signing, which basically signing day is next week. We still have some players yet to sign. We'll be interested to see where they might sign their letter of, well, where they're going. They don't have the letter of intent anymore.
And Hopkins drives. Hopkins, no. Put back, yes. And that's how this half's going to end. Central on top by 27 here on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Smith Station, we're at halftime where Central leads Smith Station 53-26. And I'm here with WTVM Sports Director and proud Smith Station alum, Tony Reese.
Richard, I was happy to be here, man. Under the better circumstances, at least. This is a great game. My home team's down, let's say about 27 points here, but it's an exciting time to watch these two teams go at it. Anybody that knows anything about the backyard brawl, both these teams bring their A game, and, man, we've seen some true shots tonight that have been spectacular. Can't wait to go cut up these highlights.
Well, and by the way, these two teams will play again in the area tournament. Central is hosting next week. Smith Station is the 4 seed. But did you happen to catch the buzzer beater on Tuesday when Smith Station beat Auburn?
I am so upset. I've seen that video now circulating. I swear I've seen it at least about 100 times, man. That was a spectacular shot to see there. I hate I wasn't here in person, but, man, the atmosphere, Smith Station getting that shine on the national stage, man, I always love to see things like that.
I know. I'm feeling the same way. I'm like, what? I wish that Georgia-Alabama Sports Live was there.
Man, come on now.
All right, but have you had a chance to meet the new football coach for Smith Station, Coach Justin Albert?
I have heard so much good things about Justin Albert. I actually wasn't able to attend our one-on-one yesterday due to some appointments I had on the back end. From what I've heard from my right-hand man, Drew Pavon, Albert is the guy. I'm hearing a lot of great things. I know he comes from a championship pedigree from his time at Central, his time at Pinson Valley, even the short stint he was over at Russell County, playing under Coach DuBose himself, a Prattville legend. I know he also went on to play at Auburn, also alma mater in Troy University.
There you go.
The guy is a winner. I'm looking forward to see what he brings to this program, man.
I cannot wait to see what Coach Albert brings in Smith Station. Next year, they're going to play Shaw at Kinnett. Because, remember, you had the State Line Showdown last year.
Yeah.
It's going to be at Shaw at Kinnett Stadium this year. Also, they're going to play Valley. So everybody they played on the road, they're going to play at home next year, including they're going to be hosting Auburn and Opelika, and then they're going to go to Garrett Harrison Stadium to play Central in the backyard
I got to
brawl.
say, man, it's going to be a lot to achieve in year one. I know it's everybody. The biggest key here is going to be patience for sure. We talk about the first year with any program, especially jumping straight into 7A. This battle right here is a battle that it's more competitive nowadays in basketball than it is in football. I think it can get back to what it used to be in the backyard brawl back in the early 2000s, early 10s.
Oh, nice.
Definitely in the 90s, you heard a lot of good things about how competitive this game used to be. I think 7A as a whole, there's a lot of great talent there all across the board. We have Brian Moore and his team up in Opelika. Of course, Keith Estridge over at Auburn. We talk about Carver Montgomery. The list goes on and on. Enterprise. There's so much great talent in 7A. But we have some real homegrown guys here. We talk about Smith Station. They weren't able to get the mark this last season, but I'm very curious to see what they can put together this season. They have a lot of guys that seem to already be buying into what Coach Albert is saying. Looking forward to seeing how he can turn this whole thing around.
All right, well, tonight we don't have a whole lot of games on the schedule. In fact, this was a makeup game from last Friday. Carver-Kendrick was also a makeup game. That's happening tonight, but tomorrow, busy slate of games. We got Carver-Spencer. We've got Shaw-Hardaway. We've got Jordan-Columbus. Where is your team at WTVM going to be for tomorrow?
I'm telling you firsthand, I know we can't cover everybody, but you talk about just like I'm here tonight for that backyard brawl, I got to go to Carver-Spencer for sure tomorrow. We know both of those two heavy hitters like they always are at MCSD, man. Anybody that knows that district over there, all the guys can ball over there from Hardaway, Spencer, Kendrick, Carver, you name it. Jordan, everybody is a hooper over there. So, man, there's so much great talent. Of course, we can't be everywhere at once, but we got to hit the teams we know we can hit. Also, we want to talk about tonight. I know Opelika played Auburn as well. Two top-notch programs going at it.
Nice.
It's always just exciting to see all these local schools, man. Then we talk about regionals coming up, and then before we know it, it's going to be playoffs. And there's so much great talent we have.
Absolutely. The area tournament is going to be next week. Auburn for the girls are going to be hosting. Central for the boys is going to be hosting. Before we get you out of here, tell everybody out there where they can follow you and how they can watch the sports on WTVM.
I'll tell y'all now, tune in tonight at WTVM starting at Fox 54 at 10:30 and then WTVM at 11. You can catch us at WTVM Sports on Twitter or X if you want to call it. Tony Reese TV on both. Tony Reese WTVM on Facebook. Be sure to follow my guy Drew Pavon TV on X, Drew Pavon TV as well on Facebook. Of course, WTVM News Leader 9 for all your coverage on air and online. We'll have all that and more coming up later on tonight.
All right, we appreciate you, Tony. Thanks for joining us.
My man.
All right, that's the WTVM Sports Director, Tony Reese. We're at halftime. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did an event to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here. Start of the second half. Bryce Dawson is going to hit a three. And they're up 30. That first half was dominated by Central, Richard. Ton of turnovers by Smith Station. And Central just showing why they're the far more superior team with like blocks like that from Hill that leads to easy layups from Williams. And it's a 32-point game just like that.
We talked about the depth. Jonas Jones, Dez Williams, Jaden's Ford. That starting five is elite. Bryce Dawson, Jacoby Hill. Behind the back.
And Ford is going to miss. How about Jonah Jones skying for the rebound? Dawson, same spot. Different result and a rebound. And here come the Panthers, who want to make it respectable if you're Coach Ingersoll. You're just playing a supremely talented Central team.
Now, this Central team took on one of the top teams in Georgia and Milton. They are able to go toe-to-toe with the best of the best in these other states. I mean, they were in that tournament in Tennessee.
And they came in here not trying to play any games. Remember last year when they played at Russell County, that game was the game of the year and Georgia Alabama Sports Live went into overtime.
Yeah, they
didn't want to play overtime. They want to dominate from the very beginning, and that is what has happened here, and that's why they lead by 32. Jacoby Hill's going to shoot from the timeline. In and out. Williams rebounds and lays it in.
Yeah, just not boxing out there for Smith Station.
And they're going to get a traveling violation on Alex Wilson.
Well, I do want to say, after beating Auburn on a buzzer beater on Tuesday, that's really got to give your program a lot of excitement, especially coming into this game. But you're just facing a different beast in Central. This team is just all around good, one of the tops in the country. And they've shown it tonight.
Pull up. No. It's a tough pull up there by Schaffler. Jacoby Hill. The Jacksonville State commit.
Yeah, they're down in the Conference USA.
How about Ford? Yes. Pull-up jumper is good. Cross. Shot. Ford drives and misses the lay. Hill gets the rebound. Hill drives, step through, layup, yes.
Unbelievable move. Just patience, just gliding in the paint.
And right now, Smith Station's getting a 42-piece putting on them right now.
They're giving it their all in this rivalry game. They're just showing why they are the dominant team in this state.
Cameron, no. And a foul that was going to be called on Josias Harris.
Coach Burkett is going to have a whole brand new starting five out there. Andrew Alford with the ball. Got to let him shoot. We got to see Andrew Alford shoot the ball.
Shot there, no good. And that was blocked. Stolen by Hopkins.
Steal. And he gets around the Smith Station defender.
Hopkins travels.
Yeah, he tried to do the Euro step. He still held down to the ball. And another turnover.
Cameron was the one that hit the game winner against Auburn on Tuesday, Cameron Williams.
Yeah, he had like 32 points in that game. He had an incredible game.
This game a little bit different.
And it helped Central clinch the area. Well, I think that they were
already pretty clinched.
They were already clinched. Yeah, they beat Auburn twice.
Drive by Williams on the floor. There's a foul called.
I tell you what, the surprise team in this area has been Opelika. And they've had a fantastic record this season. And by the way, on Monday, Carver Montgomery took on Central, and Central beat them by 1 at Central. I know Carver Montgomery, a 7A school.
So that is not Dalen Upshaw like we thought. So
Nope.
that means it has to be from our roster on Max Preps that has 2 number 12s, Keon Burns. But Keon Burns is not, this young man will look like he's 6'5". So we don't know number 12 and number 20 because roster, again, not up to date. As the first shot, free throw is good for Jamon Mills, and hits them both.
This truly was a great atmosphere today, Thrift, as far as a rivalry game. Good to see some of the reserves getting some playing time.
And a traveling violation, Richard.
Recognize some of Coach Burkett's assistants on the bench with him. Of course,
Yeah.
Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens, Coach Travis Lindsay, Ulysses Ford.
Yes, Ulysses Ford, yeah.
And a foul will be called.
Yeah,
So they got area tournament next week. The boys host. So
Yes.
in Alabama, there's 2 different sites. The number 1 team in the boys region hosts, which is Central.
Yes.
And the number 1 team in the girls region, which is Auburn. So Coach Virginia Williams and her Lady Red Devils will be on the road. Central will host.
Looks like they're going to play Smith Station. Auburn's going to play Opelika. And same for the girls. So Central's going to play Smith Station. As Auburn was the number 1 team, they're going to play Opelika. One area tournament's going to be at Central, one's going to be at Auburn.
Appeared to be something on the floor. I think blood got on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, we still have a little bit of a delay. So, by the way, I was told that Auburn is playing Opelika right now. That's the other area game that got canceled on Friday that they moved to today. Almost stolen.
And then a jump ball that will say Smith Station basketball.
And Carver's playing Kendrick right now at Kendrick High School.
We'll be there tomorrow for Carver at Spencer.
Yeah, at Spencer High. Jordan plays Columbus. Hardaway plays Shaw. Glenwood taking on Beulah in the area tournament up at Lee Scott. Calvary hosting Westfield School.
And
nice spin move.
and
any travel.
Travel violation.
Pacelli on the road taking on Strong Rock. I think it's safe to say that right now, they got a 30-game win streak.
Yes.
Largest in the state. Probably going to be 31. I don't see them. Maybe Midtown might be the game.
Midtown's going to be tough. Midtown will definitely be tough. That is on Saturday, and then there's a offensive foul on Central.
Saturday, we got a pretty good slate of games. Northside, Harris County, Hardaway, Carver, Shaw, Columbus, Jordan taking on Sumter County, Kendrick taking on Spencer. And then we got one more week of regular season basketball in Georgia, as Alabama will start tournament play.
That one gets knocked out.
Russell County will be on the road at Park Crossing for actually both the boys and the girls. Glenwood will be on the road for Lee Scott, and then Central and Auburn are going to be hosting, and those are the area tournaments in this area next week.
And they're going to get an offensive foul on Central. Coach Burkett not super happy with how his bench is playing, as I don't expect to see the starters back in anymore.
Yeah, you want to see progress from your bench, because you might need it when you are in the state playoffs. Just want to see improvement.
Drive and finish.
That was a good finish.
And an and one at that.
Yeah, Carmelo Williams. Nice finish.
Three-pointer, no. Rebound, here comes Smith on the run. Drive, nice pass, wasn't ready for it.
No, he wasn't.
And goes out of bounds. We'll stay with Smith Station.
Yeah, that would have been sweet. If you're Central, you don't have a shot clock in Alabama. What is the game plan here? Just how long could you just try to keep possessions?
I think you want to play because you got your subs in. But maybe that's something they think about when they play Hoover or another team. And we'll be cheering on the Red Devils, the Lady Red Devils.
And we hope they make deep runs in the playoffs.
Williams misses the first. As they get to check the scoreboard chant going,
I love fans.
You love a good chant, don't you, Rich? What a cross.
We used to do that in college. It was incredible.
Three-pointer, no. Rebound, Hopkins.
Nice move. Oh. They're playing hard all the way to the whistle. This is what you love to see in a rivalry game. But it is Thursday. It is a school night. We don't want to keep calling fouls, and we're here till 11 o'clock at night. That was a nice move. Oh,
And a
wow.
miss.
I thought that was going in.
14 seconds. Drive, no. Rebound goes back up, misses, out of bounds. Smith Station will have it with 5.2 remaining. Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Kinetic Credit Union, the official bank of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Alabama Power. Thank you to Alabama Power and David Quinney for our coverage, supporting our coverage of high school athletics. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, we just did a live show there today.
Yes, sir.
Was very successful, talking to new Chris County and former Carver Tigers defensive coordinator
Dark
Justin
side.
Newman. And we are actually going to take a break. We have some students that are getting into some extracurricular activities in the student section.
I think there might be something
And
up there. That
I don't think that anything's up there. I think it was a fight that is now broken up, and the kids are just running around. Police able to get there immediately. Everybody in the gym's looking like, what is happening right now?
But this is on the Smith Station student section.
Yeah, so it's two students from Smith Station that were getting into it right
that doesn't
there.
make any sense.
But good job by the administration.
Yes, they did a
Great job
fantastic
by
job.
the police. Were able to get over there, end that quickly, and they're going to make
play.
sure that
Let's play
won't
some
happen
basketball.
again, and we'll go back to playing basketball. But also thank you to Gordy Eye Care, the official eye care of Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Griff Gordy played quarterback for Central, 93 state champion.
Thank you to Buffalo Rock Pepsi for being one of our presenting sponsor. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the ambassador scholarship was interesting to me because you did an event to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills.
We're back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live after great job by Smith Station. This happens at every school. This is a little disagreement between students. We're ready to rock and roll. Start here of the fourth. It's all Central up by 34. Both teams have gone to their bench. Only starter out there right now is Cameron Williams from Smith Station. Alford. He wants to shoot it and miss.
Shoot it again. Oh,
And
I think he swatted.
Got it swatted away.
Yeah.
Central fans really, as Williams takes a hard tumble.
And I think Central fans deserve that, to see Andrew Alford get a big shot, because they witnessed him win a state championship as a quarterback. And we saw him many times playing for Coach Patrick Nix, and he was just an incredible quarterback for the past 2 years. I'm excited to see where he's going to play next.
(70-37). Alford drives, Alford misses, gets his own rebound, throws it back out. 3-pointer on the way, no. And here comes Smith Station. Pinned off the backboard. And a putback is good. And how many of those have we seen from Central in this
5
game?
blocks, clean blocks too.
Alford, no. It is just not falling for him. It looked good. Every one of them.
He's got a sweet shot.
And Alford has his leg taken out of under him. Good take there from Smith Station and a foul.
I love the competitiveness from Andrew Alford. And as a basketball player, I mean, he could shoot. I mean, we saw him at Brookstone a couple of years ago. And he's had just an incredible career here at Central.
And gets a little duck off the top of the rim, and it goes in.
Nice spin move.
Alford. And here comes the Red Devils. Alford
crossover
behind the back, trying to make a move. Hopkins gives it up. And then a foul's gonna be called on Smith Station.
Trev, this is the second Smith Station Central game that we've done this season on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We called the backyard brawl in football at TC Brittenfield Panther Stadium. That was a lot of fun.
By the way, congratulations to Justin Albert, who got named the head coach of Smith Station. We were trying to get an interview today, had some technical difficulties, but we'll have a chance to sit down with him and talk about this new project he's got, a reclamation project, trying to turn Smith Station back to competitive status.
Absolutely.
A layup is good. That's back-to-back layups. Jakari Peabody, 3-pointer, no. And a foul. Peabody drives. Peabody loses his footing. Loose ball. Another steal from Smith Station. Spin move into a charge. We had CVCC basketball that was on today. See if we can't get an update on that score.
Yeah, it was just the men playing, right?
And Marion Military defeated the CVCC men. And up ahead and miss.
Got to shoot that.
Alford misses that one. Pull up. No.
Yeah, he is a competitor. You love seeing that competitive spirit. He got wrapped up on that rebound. And
So Central's going to go down to 26-4 on the year.
And that's an incredible record for the teams they have faced. I mean, think of all
Unbelievable.
the
the toughest
teams.
schedule by far
Absolutely.
in our area. Beating national teams. This team has every bit looked like a team that's going to win a state championship. We hope Coach Burkett will be able to do that. Again, area starts next week, area tournament.
So, Thrift, in your opinion, when it comes to rivalries in this area, where does Central Smith Station rank with the likes of Carver, Spencer, Brookstone, Pacelli, Lee Scott?
It's really hard to put them in there. In terms of the competitiveness, Glenwood Lee Scott is about as competitive as it can get. Pacelli's dominated Brookstone, but in other sports, Brookstone's dominated Pacelli. That's pretty competitive. Carver, Spencer, and the main sports, it's always been Carver in basketball and football. And some of the other sports, Spencer's been a little bit more competitive. And then Central Smith Station, it's just been always Central, except for baseball. A couple years ago, remember they won a state in 15. 2 years ago, played in the Final Four against Central that Central ended up winning. But tonight's going to belong to the Central Red Devils. Big win for them. They got a game on January 31st, but our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game is going to go to?
I would say Bryce Dawson.
Bryce Dawson. From
it was tough. Like there was
Dawson or Hill. I mean, it could have went either one.
Actually, you know what? It is Jacoby Hill. I get those two mixed up. They had phenomenal games.
Phenomenal.
It was Jacoby Hill.
Well, we want to say thank you so much for watching. The Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game with Jacoby Hill. Central Red Devils and Lady Red Devils both get wins over their rivals, Smith Station. We'll see you tomorrow night. Calvary, Westfield, Carver at Spencer.
Part 2
on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Good night, everyone.